Hello YouTube and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to go down a list again and go down to my Paladin. I have done two other guides so far for the patch 5.04, one for Hunter and one for Rogue. Now before I get started again, for those who haven't seen one of my guides yet, haven't seen any of my videos, before I go off, I may be wrong, I may not cover everything. Some things are opinion based, some things you will think otherwise of. Please do not take this as a reason to be annoyed with me. I know I could be wrong. If anything, I could be wrong about everything. So I'll try and get it as accurate as I can from what I know about the game and the knowledge I have. I have played the game since TBC, so well, early TBC. As soon as TBC came out, I had bought it. So I feel I have enough experience to say that. I've got plenty of raiding experience, I've got plenty of PvP experience, so what I'd know is down to opinion base and what I think it is, and there's a good chance I could be wrong. So once again, please don't mock me for it and please don't hate me for it. Now I've removed my intro from the other two videos, the Hunter and this one, because it just didn't cut it for me. I need to keep working on my Cinema 4D skills until I perfect a good intro. So today we're on Paladins. Starting off, we have the level 15 abilities. We've got Speed of Light, Long Arm of the Law, and Pursuit of Justice. Now, depending on PvE and PvP again, all of this is based on what you want. Now, it's strongly based on what you want. Starting with Speed of Light, you've got a 45-second cooldown instant cast, increasing your movement speed by 70% for 8 seconds. Now, this is my favourite one for Holy Paladins. I say Holy Paladins because, sorry about that, can't help it anymore. Holy Paladins because it's instant cast and it can get you away or to your friend in an arena, in a battleground, or it can get you to and away crappy stuff in a raid. Now the reason I say that one is because the other two are situational. You're not always going to be in range of judgment, neither are you going to always have holy power up. So I felt for holy, Speed of Light is probably the best. Moving on to Ret Paladins though, I would recommend Long Arm of the Law. This is how Paladins used to be. Now the reason I say that is because Ret Paladins should be using their judgment a lot more often than a Holy Paladin does, because in the raids especially you'll be focused on the healing, not doing your rotation, while a Ret Paladin's rotation normally focuses on using the judgment as well as. So that, on PvP and PvE, I'd recommend that for Ret. Speed of Light for both PvE and PvP I'd recommend for Holy. Now for tanking, this is quite a hard one. You gain 15% movement speed at all times, plus an additional 5% movement speed for each current charge of Holy Power up to 3. Now because this doesn't have a cooldown, it's quite good, but Holy Power isn't permanent. It is not permanent. Now Speed of Light is probably a really good one for a tank, but a tank isn't the issue here. I mean, tanks you can get what the hell you want. I wouldn't get Judgment again, and I still wouldn't get Pursuit of Justice. I mean, the problem with Speed of Light, Pursuit of Justice, sorry, is because it's a small amount of movement speed and it has to stack up. Whilst on Long Arm of the Law, every 5.39 seconds, and there's probably something to reduce it in a certain spec, you get 45% movement speed for 3 seconds. Speed of Light, 45-second cooldown, 70% movement speed for 8 seconds. But this can give you more on a long-term basis, so it just depends how you like it. I mean, if you do battlegrounds quite a lot, Pursuit of Justice would be a good way to go whatever spec you go, because you can always have 15% movement speed, you can get to bases quicker, and on top of that you have Crusader Aura as a default. It's a passive. To show you that quickly, half the Crusader increases mounted speed by 20%, so you have that, you always have increased movement speed. I'm not sure if it stacks with it probably doesn't. So that one's permanent, that one's based on judgment, and that one's based on cooldown. They're all preference. I would go Holy for that, Ret for that, and then depending if you're don't want them to, you can choose that. It doesn't really matter what you get for tanks. Tanking doesn't really come into account into PvP anymore. Moving on, we have 3 abilities here. We have your Judgment Fills, hits your target with a doubt and remorse, and reduce your movement speed by 50% for 12 seconds. Now, personally, I'd get Fist of Justice for PvP and Repentance for PvE. I wouldn't get that. Judgment is a single target slow, so it won't help you in PvE. It will help you in PvP, maybe in duels, maybe a little bit in arena, but Fist of Justice is a 6-second stun, and CC is always the way to go. Repentance you can get for PvP or PvE, it's your choice. I'd go for the stun. Repentance is mainly a mob CC. It's not really reliable in PvP because a damage can take it off, but once again it's your choice. I'd go for that for PvE, that for PvE. PvP, PvE. For Holy, I would go Fist of Justice again. Regardless, tank would probably be Fist of Justice. I mean, if the boss can get slowed, then maybe, but Fist of Justice or Repentance, depending on where you go again. Sorry about that. Moving on. Selfless Healer, Eternal Flame, and Sacred Shield. Right, Selfless Healer, your successful judgments reduce the cast time and mana cost of your next flash of light by 35% per stack, and improve its effectiveness by 35% per stack when used to heal stacks up to 3 times. This works for ret just as it does for any spec. Wouldn't say for tanking, since that's mainly PvE based and you haven't really got the time to stand there and flash of light. You can use that for PvP. For ret, I wouldn't get it for PvE, it's pointless. You're not going to sit there and flash a light when you should be DPSing. PvP, you can get it as a ret paladin. I mean, I've dueled a few ret paladins in this spec, and this patch, and I've even used one myself. 90% of the time you're not even next to the target and they still die, so it's really quite powerful. So you can get that. See, that is really good, because you can catch up with them as well, and whilst getting your flash and light stacks. But once again, it's down to your choice. Seriously, I wouldn't get it as Holy, because you're not always going to be able to Judgment. Consumes up to 3 holy power to place a protective holy flame on a friendly target, which heals them for 6,673, an additional for 30 seconds. Healing increased by charge. This is a strong heal followed by a hot heal over time. Now, this one's really hard to pick. You could get that as a tank, since it's an instant cast, and you could get that as Holy. I wouldn't get it for ret. I personally would get Sacred Shield in general for ret, just for PvP and PvE, because it's an instant cast. It doesn't really cost any mana, doesn't cost holy power, and it's just it's 6-second cooldown, so it's really good. On the other hand, it's really hard. Like, seriously, all honesty, I would either go Sacred Shield or Selfless Healer for either spec, just because of the way it works. Protects the target with a shield of holy light for 32 seconds. The shield absorbs up to 400 damage every 5 seconds. And it's 6-second cooldown. I recommend that for anything really. Sorry, I couldn't really be specific on this, because it's really down to preference again, but I would take Sacred Shield. Maybe Selfless Healer. Moving on, we've got Hand of Purity, Unbreakable Spirit, and the Clemency. You can use your Hand of Freedom, Hand of Protection, Hand of Sacrifice, and Hand of Salvation twice each before incurring a cooldowns. Now, the one this appealed to me the most because of Hand of Freedom and Hand of Sacrifice. Both of them are great abilities, and the fact that you can use them twice beforehand is great. This is mainly PvP in my opinion, a little bit PvE. When you can use that in PvE, it can save your tank quite a bit, but you shouldn't have to use it that many times. PvP on the other hand, having 2 Hand of Freedoms one after another is just freaking unbelievable. So that is great for PvP. When your Divine Shield, Divine Protection, or Lay on Hands are on cooldown, spending holy power will reduce their remaining cooldown by 1% per holy power spent, up to a maximum of 50% reduction. I personally wouldn't get it. Most of these abilities, especially Lay on Hands, aren't usable in PvP. PvE on the other hand, I would get it. I mean, every holy power you use, you're reducing the cooldown, and in half the time you can have lay on hands, divine shield and divine protection back, and it's really good. I mean, as a paladin you're constantly using holy power, rotation, healing, tanking, everything, you're constantly using it, and that reducing your cooldown on lay on hands, getting someone to full health, divine shield, protecting you from all damage, and then divine protection, hand of protection, so is it hand of protection? Divine protection, that's that one I believe, yes, I'm reducing damage taken. So that's a really good one. And then places the hand on a friendly target, reducing the damage of the harmful periodic effects by 70% for 6 seconds. See, this is good. It's good. It's on a 30-second cooldown, that's a down part. And the fact that you can only have one hand on one person at one time. This is strictly a holy thing in my opinion. It'd be good to get as a healer in arena. I wouldn't get it in raids. I wouldn't get it in battlegrounds. I'd get that for as a ret. I'd get that. Holy, these talent trees as a paladin is really, it's preference. It's down to how you play the character. It really is strongly down to how you play the character and how and who you go against. If a character has more than one movement impairing effect, then that's a great thing to do. If a boss has a lot of burst, that is a good way to go. But then again, if the boss takes long, or an arena takes long, or a battleground fight takes long, that is the way to go to use your holy power to get cooldown reduction. Then if there's loads of damage coming in again, you can get that, but you don't get to use your other hands. So really down to what you want. Moving on again, we've got Holy Avenger, Sanctified Wrath and Divine Purpose. Divine Purpose gives you a passive. Abilities that cost holy power have a 25% chance to cause a Divine Purpose effect. Divine Purpose, your next holy power ability will consume no holy power and will cast as if 3 holy power were consumed. This is a very strong ability for any spec, any spec. Like for example, you're a ret paladin, you're mid rotation, you swing a 3 holy power to Templar's Verdict at the enemy, and it doesn't use any holy power, so you can throw another Templar's Verdict, or you can keep Inquisition up, or it's whatever. Holy, you use it, you get a 3 point with a glory and a teammate, or Light of Dawn. Oh crap, it hasn't used holy power, you can use it again. Tank, same with that. Heal yourself and you still have a heal against. Not so much for tanking, no, I would recommend for Holy and Ret in PvP and PvE, great ability. Sanctified Wrath, Avenging Wrath lasts 50% longer and grants more frequent access to one of your abilities while it lasts. Holy reduces the cooldown of Holy Shot by 50%. Protection reduces the cooldown of Judgment by 50%, and it also increases healing received and reduces the cooldown of Hammer of Wrath. Powerful for both PvE and PvP, again for any spec. And Holy Avenger, abilities that generate holy power will deal 30% additional damage and healing and generate 3 charges of holy power for the next 80 seconds. This is the alot tree, but it increases your damage as well. This and combo with Avenging Wrath, oh, you will dish out so much damage. Only difference being is Sanctified Wrath and Divine Purpose allow you to do more damage for longer and dish out more damage in a smaller amount of time, whilst this on the other hand, it also does the bloody same thing, but I would go for one of these two. Reason being is that it's on a 2-minute cooldown, and these two can happen constantly, especially in raids, since from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight you will have this activated. Apart from Sanctified Wrath, that's for Avenging Wrath, which is just on a 3-minute cooldown. So Divine Purpose technically is the most helpful one, in my opinion. Okay, moving on. We've got Holy Prison, Light's Hammer and Execution Sentence. Execution Sentence, a hammer slowly falls from the sky, causing 13,000 holy damage over 10 seconds. This damage is dealt slowly at first, increases over time, culminating in a final burst. If used on it heals. Okay, this is both ret and holy. Wouldn't get it in prot, not worth it in prot. It literally, I've seen it before. When you use it on someone, you can see that design there. It's a hammer. Come down like this, spin, and finally reach its target. Does damage over time and then finishes. On a friendly, it will come over down and heal you over time. Not that great for ret. it's kind of good for ret, as you can. Sorry, I don't mean to say ret. It's good for ret because you can mid-rotation, you can stick it on a target and it will do dot damage whilst you're still attacking. Good. Holy, you can stick a hot on someone and it will heal them over time. Really cool. And it can also dish out that extra bit of damage, but you'll probably be using it for healing. Light's hammer, hold a light of infused hammer into a ground where it will blast a 10-yard with arcing light for 16 seconds. Distills holy damage to enemies within the area I'm hitting. Once again, great for ret, great for prot as well, great for holy. AoE healing, AoE threat, AoE damage. It's great ability. I personally would get Light's hammer out of these two so far because AoE is normally a lot more reliable in raids. But in arena, that is the priority at the moment. Moving on, we've got Holy Prism. Sends a beam of light toward a target, turn them into prism for holy light. If an enemy is the prism, they take 15,000 holy damage and radiate 10,000 healing to nearby allies within 15 yards. If an ally is the prism, they are healed for. Now this one's this one's cheeky. Now the way this works is you might not understand that now. Say this is an enemy and you use Holy Prism on them. Now they will take damage and radiate energy from them. The energy that radiates from the enemy will heal 5 allies, your allies, not his, your allies, a certain amount. But on the other hand, if you use it on a teammate, if I used it on myself for example, it will heal me but radiate damage to hurt 5 enemies. I would say it's a very good ability. For example, in a raid situation, if you used it on the boss, it would radiate damage, radiate energy and heal 5 allies. You could even use this as a holy. You can damage the boss and at the same time heal your team. On the other hand, if the tank pulls a whole group of mobs and you're not quite there yet, you can instant cast this. A 20-second cooldown is really not that big. Instant cast it on your tank, dish out that bit of healing without even intending to heal, and still damage an AoE radius to enemies. Great for ret DPS, great for prot aggro. You can probably use it on a teammate and get aggro from, for example, if a teammate aggroes loads of mobs and you're like, I've only got 1 taunt mate, you've got too many mobs on you, stick this thing on him, it will do AoE damage and hopefully you'll gain aggro. PvP wise, I wouldn't get it in arena, it's pointless. BGs, you can get it, but I doubt it's going to be 5 enemies or 5 allies in one spot. Maybe in rated, but not in normal. So there's your options. Once again, it's down to what you want, whether you want AoE damage if that's what you're struggling in, whether you want AoE healing if that's what you're struggling in, whether you want AoE healing again or AoE damage, or if you want single target healing. It's down to you. That's the talents. I can't really think of anything else to speak about. I mean, this really is a hard talent tree. I can't really give you specifics. I've told you what I like and that's about it. Glyphs, there's quite a few new ones I believe. Alabaster shield, your successful blocks increase the damage of your next shield with the rush by 20%. Now this is very cool for tanking. Yeah, that's going to dish out a hell of a lot of damage. That's quite obvious how it does. The more you block, the more damage your shield of rush does. So most likely you're going to have to stack mastery. For God's sake. Blinding light now knocks down targets for 3 seconds instead of blinding them. Now what the hell is blinding light? Let's see if we can find what it is. Let's see if we, what the hell? Unshackles it, freeing you from, well, we've got a hand of freedom and we've got that. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna quickly, that gives you another movement impairing reduction and it's instant. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? You have 2 movement impairing removals. That is insane. Okay, right. Moving on, we have, I don't think I can find it. Okay, it doesn't matter. That whatever blinding light is, it will knock down targets for 3 seconds instead of blinding them. Yeah, I believe that might be a late ability. Yeah. Enters a dangling light in all directions, blinding enemies, causing them to wander disorientated for 6 seconds. I would keep that. I wouldn't go bother with that glyph personally. Judgment, target increases damage of your next judgment. Can do. Your Holy Wrath does an additional 50% damage to targets with less than 20% health. Your Word of Glory can also be used on enemy targets, causing holy damage approximately equal to amount it would have. That is very powerful. That is very powerful, but it's not work with Eternal Flame. That is very powerful as a. You can use that as rare if you don't need the healing. That is really good glyph. Holy Wrath, yeah. They've got loads of different names, but they're normally doing what they've already done before. Heals it nearby. That probably won't be worth it. You won't dish out enough damage to heal. And as you're hitting a guy next to you, the chances of someone being next to you is slim. Now, I haven't noticed exorcism. Maybe they've run it back. I think they have. Oh, it's strongly retribution. That's why. In Holy, you've got a complete different exorcism. I'll quickly show you it quickly. It's called Denounce. And whoa, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Moving on. Contemplation teaches you the ability, allows you to moment of peace. And okay, let's just quickly try it out. Sorry, guys, an add-on is messing with me. Let's quickly check this and see what the hell it does. Now, where's this ability? Oh. Okay, that was just like the gayest thing. You're dropping an ammo criticals cooldown fire from this. Okay, that's freaking cool. I gotta see this. Your judgment and come on, crit please, crit please, crit please. Ah, you let down. Come on, one more try. Come on, crit. Okay, forget it. But it tells you what it does. Paladin glass mount. Okay, let's see what this does. This looks cool. Man, these minor glyphs of Paladin are really cool. I think I may have gone past it. Let's see. That is the most crappiest light I've ever seen. Silver, no, it uses a visual. Okay, that's pretty cool. Mounting one of your Paladin class mounts will make cost. Okay, that's pretty cool. Not really that bothered though. Oh my god, I gotta try this quick. This is gonna be cool. Ready for this, guys? Where's my? Oh, there it is. There's the 4 wings. Okay, that's cool. Your judgment spell depicts an axe or a sword instead of a hammer. Yeah, whatever. A snowfall during. Okay. Your Holy Wrath reflects one target. Ah, see, that's the one everyone wants. Being able to Hearth Shield, Divine Hearthstone, Divine Shield, Hearthstone. It's the beastiest glyph ever. I'm so happy. Anyway, I think I've covered most of things. Once again, I may have missed something out. If I showed you every ability, I'd simply be spending way too much time doing so. There's quite a lot of stuff in the new patch. I've explained them to you to my best of my ability. I am probably wrong in certain aspects, but it's all good. Now that you know it, you can go try it out. I mean, it's a lot easier to do things now. It's such a simple talent tree, but at first it's quite hard to get a hang of because it's quite a lot to read. It's quite a lot of new things to get a hang of as well. Anyway, this might have dragged out for quite long, so I hope I helped. Once again, I'm sorry if I got something wrong. I thank you guys for watching. Come back, and the next guide will be on my mage, I believe. Anyway, once again, I thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and help me build my channel. I want to help people. it's not about anything else. I mainly want to help people, and plus I enjoy doing this. I lose track of time just by having fun making videos. It's insane. Remember to keep in track of my videos, as I will be doing other videos as well, such as Guild Wars and etc. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Jimmy here, and thank you for watching.